Hello, and welcome to Technically Analytics. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, my big reveal of the results of my preseason predictions. In this video, I'll review the top 15 ranked teams and see my prediction compared to the actual record. Some of the teams will have good commentaries while others will speak for themselves. Let's start with your Texas Rangers. Number 14. The Rangers exceeded my expectations. Despite their impressive starting pitching rotation, it was actually the batting lineup that helped propel them to a wildcard spot. The Rangers acquired two former Mets pitchers, one who didn't help much in Jacob deGrom, and then Max Scherzer, who was decent near the end of the season. The Rangers' final record was 90-72, 4 wins above my best prediction. Number 13. The Minnesota Twins were winners of the AL Central. Of course, the same AL Central with 14 other teams below 500. We haven't even touched two of the teams yet who finished worse than the Twins. The Twins pitching staff proved to be all they needed to finally break through. I nailed the Twins with an 87-75 record, matching my best prediction. Trevor Plouffe would be proud. Number 12. The Tampa Bay Rays got off to a hot start with a 13-game winning streak. Fortunately, a great April at 22-6 meant they could sail through the regular season to a wildcard spot. The Rays had inconsistent play and injuries but still managed to win. The final record was 99-63, which was 9 games above my best prediction. Even I couldn't have predicted their hot start. Number 11. The St. Louis Cardinals never got their season off the ground. And maybe the biggest surprise of the season, the Cardinals dwelled at the bottom of the NL Central for the whole season. I don't know where it all went wrong, but there might be a video forthcoming. It was ugly with a 71-91 final record and a huge 23 games behind my worst prediction. Number 10. The Seattle Mariners, whose great trade deadline near propelled them to a wildcard, unfortunately they just missed it. You can check out my trade deadline masterclass video on the channel. I thought the Mariners would reach within my prediction range but fell short. I was rooting for them too. At 88-74, the Mariners came just one short of my worst prediction. I thought their ranking at 9 was weird in the preseason. The White Sox had a lot of talent on their team. Unfortunately, they didn't seem to have chemistry, just toxicity. I was generous to the White Sox, thinking they wouldn't repeat last season. They ended a poor season at 61-101, another 20-game difference to my worst prediction. Number 8. The Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays fought hard for that last wildcard spot. They played in a tough AL East division. They had some injuries like most teams, but they also didn't play great at times. I think the Jays can be happy because the Yankees and Red Sox were behind them instead of ahead. No one saw the Rays' early season and the Orioles' dominance coming. The Blue Jays finished with an 89-73 record, just 1 win shy of my worst prediction. I'm getting shafted out here. Number 7. We have the MLB leading Atlanta Braves. To the Braves' credit, they had the best record in MLB. They had Ronald Acuna Jr. put up a 40-70 season and Matt Olson lead the league in home runs. However, because at the beginning of the season I thought the NL East would be a very close race, I gave the Braves, Phillies, and Mets the same amount of wins at 102. The losses determined their positioning. Obviously, the Braves being 8th with the most wins spoils what happens. They went 104-58, got 2 wins above the best prediction. Number 6. The Los Angeles Dodgers did the same thing they've been doing for nearly 10 years. They just win games. The Dodgers definitely looked weaker than in years past. Their pitching staff seemed to be the weak spot, but Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts are still delivering as always. You can never count out the Dodgers, who are probably overrated. The Dodgers' final record was 162, 2 games above my worst prediction, but more importantly, to my point, 11 games below my best prediction. Number 5. The Philadelphia Phillies look to be in line for another magical playoff run. Bryce Harper is looking healthy, playing first base. The Phillies were supposed to be that third team in my NL East prediction behind the Braves. They ended up behind the Braves in second place, another wildcard spot for them to make a run. The Phillies' final record was 90-72, just 1 win above my worst prediction, about 12 down from the 102-60 best prediction. Number 4. The reigning World Series champion Houston Astros were a bit disappointing in a similar way to the Dodgers. They sort of struggled to get hot through the season. That being said, I did overrate them, thinking that their team didn't change much. By the end of the season, Justin Verlander returned from the Mets, and they were able to sneak out another division title. The Astros went 90-72, a far cry from the worst prediction at 8 wins down. Even worse, a 17-game gap to my best prediction. Number 3. The San Diego Padres didn't totally flop, but for the expectations put on their star-studded lineup, they should have done a lot better. It was a very mediocre performance, especially from the Big Four: Juan Soto, Xander Bogaerts, Manny Machado, and Fernando Tatis Jr. But an even bigger problem turned out to be their pitching, not including Blake Snell, who put up Cy Young numbers. Video coming soon. The Padres' final record at 82-80 fell 13 games short of my worst prediction. They had a 23-game difference to my best prediction. Really got it wrong here. Number 2. The New York Yankees had one of the more disappointing seasons. The issues with the Yankees seemed to stem with the front office and managerial decisions. Many thought they didn't do enough in free agency. It was evident their team wasn't up to par. Aaron Judge was injured but still put up 37 home runs in the season. The Yanks will need to rethink for 2024. They finished at 82-80 in 4th place in the AL East, a whopping 18 games below my worst prediction. The pain continues for me with a record-setting 24-game difference to my best prediction. Ouch. And number 1. The New York Mets got off to a bad start, really just never recovered. The Mets sold at the deadline, which was smart because they built up their farm system. The Mets are my team, so I had high hopes. For now, former GM Billy Epler said they were looking at 2026 as their next truly competitive season. The bright spots were Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso, who put up really good seasons despite all the negativity surrounding the team. Plus, who can forget the absolutely stellar performance of Kota Senga, who looks like a bona fide MLB ace. The Mets' dreadful season ended at 75-87. Thankfully, I limited my embarrassment here, only 16 games down on my worst prediction. But unfortunately, the Mets broke the Yankees' record by coming in 27 games below my best prediction. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about my predictions and how it came out. Should I do this every year or should I quit while I'm ahead? Let me know. Honestly, I feel like I had a lot of close ones. The big misses in the top 10 prove baseball is such a random sport. The year-to-year changes in which teams are good and bad makes it really hard to predict. At the end of the day, I nailed 2 teams' records, the Twins and the Angels. Make sure to like and subscribe.